My philosophy is that you shouldn't be spending hours and hours on the screen. And so with Little Hackers, what we tried to do was come up with a nutritious piece of content that was physical, on paper, where a kid could go through self-facilitated study and learn how to code through reading. My name is Brandon Torrey. I'm a musician and a senior engineer at Google. A lot of the exercises you see now are about gamified coding, or like, can you write code and write functions and try to make the character do things? Whereas my philosophy is about readability. If you can read code and understand the structure, much like if you can read English, and prove your comprehension by predicting what the code will do, that I think builds a much stronger intuition. Also within the industry, all of our interviews are on whiteboards with no computer at all. So with Little Hackers, we discovered, you know what, we can start teaching kids how to code at 6 years old with no computer. And that's where the innovation kind of light bulb came in for me. Because there's no computer, you can break rules. So I go back home and I start doing experiments with my son, Bruce. And I used graph paper, and I just started to ask him to copy over the code so that he could understand the patterns and the syntax and the structure. And then I would discuss with him, can you predict what this code will do? You could start very small, for loop, while loop, algebraic notation. And to my surprise, after some repetition, he was able to do that. So I went back, I did more research. I started looking at what are the coding books that are out there now for kids. And what you'll notice is a couple things. One, there's no black kids on the cover. There's no black authors. So it's very hard on a relatability level. Also, they're about 150 to 200 pages long. I'm a professional engineer, and when I open this, it's painful for me to get through the instructions, right? So our focus is on the lowest age that we can go. And we realized, okay, how do we make it fun? How do we give kids a feedback loop so that while they're doing this, they can also feel like it's engaging and just as fun as a gamified version? And that's where we introduced augmented reality. So we said, okay, you know what? You need a way to get a signal that says whether or not you are getting the answers right. Let's use AR directly in the book. So within the book, you can answer the question, you can take your phone, scan it over it. You'll see a character pop up in 3D that looks like you as a kid. And you'll also get that validation of you got this right or wrong, and here's why. And we can time gate that so that the screen time is limited. What I would like is for kids to start identifying with a culture that is exciting, as exciting as the Matrix, right? But as valuable as working at a big tech company. And so I think Little Hackers, the book product in and of itself is an entry point, but what I see really is a brand and a vision and a message and a label that kids can identify with going forward, whether they're learning through our book or through other resources that are available.